2016 Prius, and we're installing an Android head unit. All right, for comparison's sake, there's the stock radio, and there's the new one. You can see the screen area is real small compared to the new one. And also, it's interesting how much bigger that stock radio is. It's just chunky. You know, it has like a fan on the side. And this guy is just, you know, mostly much narrower and smaller. I have it temporarily wired up just to a small battery so I can, you know, test the function of the components before I go ahead and install this in the 2016 Gen 4 Prius that it's intended for. And one of the coolest tricks of this is that it has an integrated Apple CarPlay. So many of these Android head units need a sort of a separate adapter. So I have, you know, a lightning cable here I'll plug in, and it goes to this Z-Link, and then it'll go ahead, and there it is. Very cool. So there's the TV tuner. It's got its own separate remote for the TV function, which is pretty funny. We're sitting in this 2016 Prius, and our first step is going to be to remove the stock radio so we can install the Android head unit. Okay, the vehicle's off. I'm going to start by removing this bezel, and it's just a kind of yank it off. There we go. Let me go check over on this corner. It seems to be kind of caught. Okay, so I'm going to pull this panel, and there's one kind of hidden clip right there. Okay, so now this bezel can come off. The video of removing the stock head unit was lost, but it's pretty simple. There's 4 10mm bolts and several plugs behind, and then that stock head unit comes right on out. So that being said, we'll move on to installing the new head unit. By the way, these are all plug and play. I did 0 crimping to make this unit fully functional, which is really a first, because I've installed a few of these Android head units and I've had to do quite a bit of wiring to get all the features working, but not anymore. They seem to have figured it out. Okay, so again, one by one, I'll go through the plugs that connect to the vehicle. All right, so we have, this guy is the rear speakers. We've got this one right here is steering wheel controls. So, you know, those are to these buttons, you know, over here, which you can program easily. This is the power and front speakers. This is the antenna. This is a CAN adapter for Toyota, and that allows this unit to, you know, access various features that are on the CAN bus. I haven't really delved too deeply into that, but I just went ahead and connected that. So the backup camera is this right here, and so this is the vehicle side, this is the head unit side, and then finally I have 2 USBs that I brought over into the glove box, and the lower of the 2 has the integrated, which is called USB 2, has the integrated Apple CarPlay. So in order for the Apple CarPlay to work, I went ahead and labeled it over here, iPhone. You need to go into this USB, not the other. Now the things left unused, this guy right here goes to the center console USB. So I did go ahead and order an adapter for that. That will allow me to plug from here into one of these 2 USBs here. So that'll be nice when that comes in. And also unused are 2 antennas. So I believe these are maybe like the GPS antenna and maybe the satellite radio antenna. So those are unused. And then I have a Wi-Fi antenna here. I have a GPS antenna that came with this unit that I can plug in here that I would have to mount, but I'm not really messing with that because I just use the phone for the navigation. I don't really intend to use the built-in navigation in this unit. So let's see how it goes in. You'll notice some unused plugs on the Android head unit side. That's simply because they have, there's more than one plug that could be found on a Toyota. So there are doubles of some. And if you follow some of these, unused Android head unit side plugs down, you'll see, like, for example, these two, there's all the same color-coded wires in this one that's unused and this one that is used. So my car has a matching plug for this, so I use this. This one, I could just, like, come down here and snip off some of these wires where there's, two versions of the plug and I don't use the second version. Like this whole power and front speakers plug is for, just a different style vehicle. So I actually don't need this entire plug. I could trim those others off, but there's a ton of space back here in this Toyota. So all these plugs can live in here easily. So there's not like a space constraint. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave the extra plugs on and pop it in there. Okay, so the little clips are not quite right. Not totally surprising, I guess. There's always something that's less than perfect on these, but all in all, it's worth it in my opinion. Things fitment-wise is these lower tabs go in that upper hole there. It's just a little bit wide while the upper tabs do fit. So I'm going to go ahead and, just lightly grind down these lower tabs and both lower tabs. And then I'll pop this puppy in there. My guess is that you could sort of like clip on one of those clips. I'll show you a similar one like this, that this type of clip could be clipped onto this little plastic thing. They didn't provide those, but I don't know if I'll need that or not. We'll see how it fits. I could probably dig some of those up if I had to. Okay, so I just ground down this tab. And I'll grind down this tab. Okay, so after grinding down those tabs, it does fit reasonably well into those clips. All right, back with the dash panel. See if that pops in place over without any interference. Oh yeah, nice. Wow, that squeezes in there nicely. It's a little slower on initial startup because it's been depowered.
Young consumers.
Okay, we've got radio. Gonna plug in Apple CarPlay to the phone that's recording this video. Hopefully that doesn't cause any problems. And recognize my phone. Beautiful. And a lot of cool features work. Like, let's come over here and turn on the headlights, and it goes to like a night mode where the street is dark, and I'll turn off the headlights and it'll go back to day mode there. All these things that are really hard to wire in if you want to get every single feature working just work on this thing. I'm happy with the cord just living in there. And then that one last feature will be this guy. Now, there's quite a bit you can add. You can do a front-facing camera. You can do TV tuner, which I have actually, and I intend to add later. But for now, I'm all set. And okay, let's see how the steering wheel key study works. Okay, press a steering wheel button. Okay, let's press volume up. It reacted, and we can choose these different things to happen when I press volume up. And there's short click and long click. I'll do volume up is what I want to happen, and I'll set OK. And now let's press volume down, and we want that to be volume down. OK, and save. Yes. Okay, so now we'll go to radio. Volume up and down work on the steering wheel buttons. Okay, so everything's installed. I'm really happy with it. All the features work, including the backup camera. It was completely plug and play. I didn't do any crimping. And, it's a very capable unit, as most Android head units are. Also, the bezel fits just real nice. It's just a good, tight fit. And it does work with the factory backup camera. So that was also plug and play. There we go. That works. So, all in all, I'm very happy. I guess now that my install is more or less finalized, I can peel off this guy. All right. It is a nice screen.